Okay, it says I'm finally live. That took a minute, but welcome to my chat. One moment. Welcome to my chat. I just wrote that in the chat box for everyone. So, live today for a couple different reasons. Well, first reason is, of course, just because I've felt the calling to do so ever since this morning. I went for a little jog and very peaceful, and I just thought to myself I should go live today. So here I am. Also, I definitely wanted to test out. So my mic, I've been having some troubles with my mic. And, well, okay. So I've been having some trouble with my mic, and I wanted to test that. Okay. Oh, sounds like my neighbor might have just arrived. I specifically was planning to go live right now because he wasn't going to be here. Let me check one thing. This is not ideal timing. I apologize. So it's not my neighbor, but it is somebody. It's a car that I don't recognize. So I'm not sure what's going on right now. Like I said, though, they're like right out there. So now I feel like I have to be quiet. I specifically started recording right now because my neighbor was going to be gone. And now they are here, or somebody's here. Well, I can't really tell the story I was going to be telling if somebody is going to be here, because some of it is maybe a little personal. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they just popped in for something. This lighting actually looks really nice. I was thinking of whether or not I should make a video today. Sorry, the beginning of this video just kind of freaking sucks right now. I gotta find a way to get better about being live. Like a couple people popped in and then whoop, popped right out. So I think what would be better is if in the future I'm a little more on it with my intros, but didn't expect that to happen. So maybe I was not supposed to record right now. Maybe I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna go see if they left. Okay, well, they're still here. I can't hear them though, but I'm nervous that they can hear me because the walls in this building are very thin. Trying to decide if I should this out and try again, or if I should just wait for a minute and just keep talking anyway. Dude. I'll admit, I'm a little annoyed by this turn of events. I specifically waited and I just set up the lighting and I just did my makeup so that I could record this and go live. Also, I'm a little bit earlier because I know that Duncan keeps asking me to go live a bit earlier in the day, and maybe it's still not early enough. I think that we are on very opposite ends of the world would be my guess. Because, I'm still pretty, it's like, what, midday today, so it's probably like still quite late wherever he's from. Anyways, I can turn this back around. I just feel self-conscious now because I'm afraid that they're like listening in on me. I don't know. The only reason that I feel that way is because the old like dude that used to live upstairs used to like let me know that he could hear me, because he would come knocking on my door and just randomly start talking about the exact same things I had just been talking to my friends about the day before or on the phone. And yeah, it's just creepy. So now I'm a little bit of a paranoid lady, which is why I was waiting until I had a free moment. And now these bitches are here. Dude, who the hell are you? Why are you here? Why are you in Mike's apartment when he's not here? That's what I want to know. Because he lives alone. So why are they here? Unless that's somebody he knows, I suppose that's possible. Very weird. Anyways, so, oh, there they go again. See? Oh my gosh. It just keeps slamming the doors and yeah, okay. It sounds like they might have just left. So maybe I don't have to worry about any more interruptions. Sorry about that. That was not ideal timing at all to go live and then immediately have your neighbor come home, or, oh, dang it, they're still here. Okay, well, maybe they're just going to be going back and forth and I just have to either stop this live stream or just get over it. Like I said, I specifically picked this time because my neighbors can't hear that. I did want to say though, I just released my first video of a whole series, moving on from Anxiety Moment, of a whole series that I plan to do for my diary. So for my birthday, my sister sent me my 2001 and 2002 is where this diary takes place. So I read the first, so I chose a section in the middle that was really funny because it's like it's my first experience as a 13-year-old in the early 2000s with in the chat rooms and the message board forums. Can you hear that? Can you hear whatever's going on out there? Oh, you're here. Oh, okay, Duncan, you are here. I was wondering if this would be early enough for you today. I know it's probably still a little bit late, but welcome. Oh, well, here I am. Trendy Dragon Sis is here. I was just telling the other people in the chat that my neighbor is, I don't know, I specifically went live and I got the lighting all set up and everything because my neighbor was going to be gone. So I thought that this would be a good time. And like, seriously, about 2 minutes into this live stream, even that, all of a sudden, like immediately after I started filming, okay, immediately, now there's somebody like walking around, slamming doors, doing Lord knows what. No, not the one who has Alzheimer's and had a meltdown. Not him. He he is in has a, I don't know where he is. I think he's in a facility getting some care. That, so not him. I finally got a new upstairs neighbor because they totally, after 6 months of listening to construction up there, they finally somebody else finally moved in, and he's pretty nice, except for, I don't know if you saw the playback of any of my other live streams, but it was a whole other shenanigans where as soon as he moved in, all of a sudden my ceiling is like leaking because the contractors that fixed the place up actually destroyed the pipes. They put some nails through the pipes. So I've been dealing for the past few weeks, I've been dealing with having to get my whole ceiling ripped up, and they had to put a whole brand new pipe, and then they puttied it up a little bit. But so at least now there's not a hole in my ceiling anymore. Let's see. Frustrating coincidence. I hear some singing with a, oh, you have some people that are upstairs that sing loud. That does sound really annoying. I'm doing pretty good. Like things were a bit rough in December and January, but I feel like I'm kind of coming out of it, and things are coming together right now. I hope you're doing good as well, Duncan. I'm still figuring things out in this next phase, but I've got some projects on my plate, and I'm not struggling in quite the same way that I was at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. And yeah, I finally have my kitchen back. That was another thing that was really bumming me out the past couple weeks, is they just kept destroying my kitchen. I cleaned my kitchen 5 times. 5. I had to clean up my kitchen, deep clean it 5 separate times, because first there was the ceiling leakage, and then there was more ceiling leakage, and then they destroyed my ceiling, and then they destroyed it more, and then they patched it up. And in all of those instances, I had to clean my kitchen. So it wasn't my ideal, but I'm glad that they're at least done. Let's see. Do the poke greeting of Purple Attack for old time's sake, says Sam. Oh, are you talking about my toe? Well, I actually don't have any socks on today, so I guess we can't really do the little poke attack, but I'll poke you with my finger. We're keeping my feet protected today. What did you just do, Duncan? You're recovering from burnout. What projects got you feeling all burned out? What you been up to, dude? Frowny face. Well, while Duncan is telling us about his experience lately of his burnout, I'll just chat. So the major project, yes. Okay, what was the project you were doing, Duncan? Or is it a little hush-hush secret? I know that you live in like that awesome art studio, right? So I assume it's art related, I would guess. I know that while we're talking about like new neighbors and things, my new upstairs neighbor is really quite nice. I had kind of a funny interaction with him recently where, I don't know, we were both being kind of like paranoid essentially, where he's like military. And I guess that sometimes when you go off of military leave, sometimes they like put, when you're trying to like get involved with the FBI or I don't know, something, then sometimes they'll like put people in your vicinity to like test you or watch you or something. So he kind of thought maybe I was that person, which is hilarious because I actually was having the same sort of thoughts as him, where my landlord had said that nobody was going to be living upstairs. My landlord said that nobody was going to be living upstairs except for maybe him or his son or one of their handymen. So I was just kind of like, okay. So then when the new guy moved in, I was like, what the crap? I thought that nobody was going to move in and that was just going to be like the new landlord's chill spot or whatever. So I was like, okay. But then when he introduced me, or he introduced himself, he didn't introduce himself as like the landlord's son. So I was kind of like wondering if he was just like being sneaky and spying on me. So it was really funny because we both thought that we were like spying on each other, where he thought I was maybe like some secret FBI agent. And every time he'd ask me about like what my job is, I was always like really vague. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, well, I'm a writer and I'm still, I used to do events, but now I'm figuring out my next new thing, you know, since events are out right now. And yeah, I guess that my answer was vague enough every time that he was like, and I had some like boxes of stuff because I was cleaning up that he had seen, so maybe he thought I just barely moved in. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, about 10-15 second delay. I see you just sent another one too. The secret spy. I kind of like the sound of that too. Like I've had some pretty interesting experiences actually, where in the city and the art scene that I've worked in for the past few years, I always have these moments sometimes where I'm like, where I have these moments where I'm like, Illuminati, or I just play that fun game like working with for concert venues and stuff, and like a newspaper company. There's been some maybe I won't go too deep into details, but there have been some moments that have made me really go before. Of course, it probably doesn't mean anything, but there have definitely been some times. So yeah, that would be super exciting if it turned out there was like a secret spy situation going on, but I'm definitely not a secret FBI person watching my upstairs neighbor. And turns out he's not mine's actually happening either. We were both being paranoid, it's so hilarious though, because I was the one that was actually like, hey, so you're not related to the landlord, right? And I told him about this whole thing where I was like, I just was thinking it was a paranoid story, and I just was upfront with it because that's something I do, and I'm actually proud of myself for being that person where I will like mire, and I'll like I'll stress myself out getting in these mental quagmires, but I always have this moment where I'm just like, you know what? I should just be out with it. I should just say this and then I'll get the response and then I can stop toiling over the situation. So that's basically what happened is I was just kind of like, I feel like there's this weird scenario going on, so I'm just going to air that out. And then once I aired my thing out, he aired his suspicion out, and then we were able to like reconnect, make friends. Turns out that we had both gone to the same undergraduate school, which was kind of interesting. And he was a couple years behind me, but because it was funny because he didn't tell me what he was doing until like kind of after the fact. But he's like, hey, do you mind if I see your degree? I guess he was using that as a way to kind of test me and see if my story about going to the same school he went to and this is my degree. He was kind of just testing it to see if that was legit, I guess. But I was able to produce, and at first I couldn't find my degree, so he was even more suspicious. But I found it. I had just moved the drawer that I had it in, so. And we compared degrees. Our degrees did look different though. Mine, it was a couple years different though, so they probably just changed the design slightly. Oh, you hate Illuminati. Yeah, screw those guys, right? Who, whatever powers that be that are like having their say on the world, that are Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is personally. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to throw people or anything like that, but I do believe that there is that our corporate overlords are keeping us down. I do think that, at least. And I do at least like to play with conspiracy type. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know if I just went away for a second, but I'm back. But yeah, and I try to see beyond. I try to see beyond the layers of what's going on if I can. I'm always searching, anyways. I'm always wondering what's the actual truth. And they say truth is stranger than fiction. So I think it very well could be. Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know if I disappeared for a second. My connection is unstable. I guess that could also be because I'm letting my upstairs neighbor use my internet as well, because he doesn't have internet in his apartment, but he's a student. So I was nice and I just let him use my internet. So I don't know if somebody's up there using it, causing some disturbances. But let's see. Problem with your landlord? Is he hostile towards you? So the other landlord was just kind of crazy. Well, okay, he was the homeowner, and then there was a different. He actually went through a management company, which is who I signed with, and that was a whole situation. My new landlord, though, I kind of feel like I should be hush hush because, like I said, I started filming because I thought nobody was going to be home, but there's a mystery car that popped up in back that could be my landlord. So I'm not going to talk about him necessarily. Just that, okay, well, let's just say that I'm grateful that I was able to continue my lease in the way that I did, but I feel like the other management company was a little bit more on the ball about things, quite frankly. Like, I thought they were bad, but compared to this new guy, I'm like, whoa, those guys were so on top of their shit. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Oh yeah. I don't know if you heard, yeah, bad connection. I don't know what's going on with my connection. I'm quite close to the router. Like I said, though, I am letting my upstairs neighbor borrow my internet while he is getting his installed. It was supposed to have been installed by now, but he hasn't told me that. So we'll see. So that could be part of the problem. But yeah. Oh man. And plus the all of the weird people that they keep hiring to like do work on the house, like all the contractors and stuff have been doing a not good job. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but it's very obvious that they're all cutting a lot of corners. And I know that it's probably just being cheap, basically. But like, downstairs there's all of this construction stuff that's just been there for weeks, and it's just like empty boxes of like half-eaten burgers and like trash and stuff. There's just random bits of trash just all around the building, and I'm just like, is that really the way that it should be? And then they like did a really they painted and redid the main hallway, but I don't know, man. They just made it worse in my opinion. And it's like they just don't care, though. They're just like, well, we'll just make everything worse, and then you're stuck with it. Because it's not like we're going to do anything. We're just going to leave we're going to like half do it, and then we're going to disappear, but leave all of our trash. That's kind of been my experience lately. And it's rather disheartening because the old management company would never, the old management company and their construction workers would never have just left their trash and items around on the porch for months. Like, they wouldn't have done that. So, and then there was this whole scenario with the first batch of like construction people they were kind of nice, but they were being quite belligerent and not respecting me, and they destroyed my grandma. My grandma gave me this necklace. It was really cute, and I hung it up. It was like I hung it up as a little charm, like a little decorative charm on my door, and it was so cute. And they smashed it. They smashed it. They destroyed it. And it was just very sad. And they were making weird jokes. They were making me uncomfortable. Like I'm not like a mask freak or anything like that. But the one dude, they weren't wearing masks in my home, and I was just like, okay, it's probably fine. But then the one guy was coughing the entire time, and they were getting a little too comfortable making weird sexual comments. And so the next time they came, I put a little, I'll show it to you. I made a sign. Oh, So next time they came, I just made this little sign that said, hey, please wear a mask. Thank you. Like, not to be rude, but I just thought maybe if the guy still had a cough, I just would have felt more comfortable, because they've been going around to all other kinds of different people's houses, and I know that the upstairs neighbor decided he was just going to come walking in and out of my apartment too while the door was open. I'm like, I don't know why you guys think it's appropriate to do this, but it's kind of not. So the second time they came, I just put that sign on my door, because I kind of got the sense that they were making, I don't know, that they were like making a political statement, and they thought I was making a political statement by just allowing them to not wear a mask in my house. And that's not what I was doing. Okay. I'm not a mask freak, but I'm also not an anti-masker. But when people come into my house, they destroy my grandma's necklace. They start making creepy comments. They make a mess of my house. They don't wear masks. The one's dude's coughing all over the place. And I'm just like, this isn't appropriate. This is my home, and they're just treating it like they live here. And so I just made this sign. I hoped they wouldn't take offense, but they did not respond. I could hear them making comments, and then I opened the door and they weren't wearing masks. And I was like, I'm sorry, guys. Be respectful. This is my home. I'm not trying to be a butthole. Just respect my home. Okay. You were coughing you coughed all over my apartment last time, and I don't know if you have the virus. Anyways. I'm not the only female in the apartment. There's a couple downstairs. There's a couple that lives downstairs that have lived here about the same amount of time that I have, and they're actually really quite nice. So, yeah, don't worry. I think that the thing is they were getting a little too comfortable, and they kept making comments about like, oh, I could just hang out here all day. And I was like, no, you can't hang out here all day. So the next time I just was trying to create a more professional environment is what I was doing. And I was just like, hey guys, last time you kind of wandered around my house and you were coughing all over everything. And I just would feel more comfortable if we wore masks right now. Okay. And they were total assholes about it. They were so rude. They just, the one dude was not going to put his mask on until I refused to let him in my house until he did. And then he did, but then he just kept making little comments the whole time. And he kept making fun of me, and he kept, he kept doing little things like, oh, I think I kind of offended one of our viewers. I guess they must be a QAnoner as well. Because that's the thing, is I kind of got the sense that they were, but yeah, I was just like, you guys, this is my home, my rules. You don't get to come in here, break my grandma's necklace, make a mess of my apartment, cough all over me, make sexual comments, and then just think it's cool. You know, that was my perspective anyway. So I don't know, people can think that I'm being a butthole if they want, but what I saw was a situation where some men were not respecting me and getting a little belligerent, and I kind of just tried to create a safe environment for myself in that scenario. Yeah, because that's the thing, is they did break stuff. Like they just broke they just broke it. They broke my grandma's necklace. They weren't treating me with respect. And here's the thing is I gave them cookies. I gave them cookies. Even though they were being rude to me, I was still nice to them the entire time. And I gave them cookies and they were just rude. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess that's what happens. I wasn't trying to be a butt, you know. I just wanted conscientious, kind environment. And then the next thing is, but then the next repair guy that came and did like the putty on the ceiling, what's that called? Plaster or whatever. He was really, really nice though. He was very, very nice, except he arrived super early in the morning. He was here at 7:30 in the morning and was like drilling and stuff. And I felt very bad for my downstairs neighbors because I think what happened is he was supposed to be there the day before. But then when I texted him the night before being like, hey, what time should I expect you tomorrow? He was like, I'll be there actually not tomorrow, but Thursday at 7:30. And I was like, okay, that seems a little early to be doing construction. My neighbors will probably still be asleep, but okay. He was very nice though. And I kind of suspect that maybe he made that time slot up just to kind of get me all put back come. So that day. So he was really, really nice though. And that's the kind of construction worker that I can get behind. Cause like, I'm a friendly person, but I also just kind of, when I'm in my home, I kind of like to just, I don't know. I liked that he was very quiet and very like, he was just quiet, kept to himself, just very polite, very nice, very polite. He cleaned up after himself and he was very nice. And yeah, so that was the difference of experience there. Let's see. All I meant by that is I'm just like watching if people pop in or out of the chat. And I just noticed that when I started talking about those other construction workers that somebody hopped out of the chat. So that's all I meant about like, oh no, maybe I offended someone. Aw, thanks. Your heart is bigger than mine. I would not tolerate some a-hole doing that in my home. Aw, that's thank you for your sweet words. But you're right though. See, that's the better way to do it up front, which I'm trying to get better about is like I'm not very good with boundaries sometimes. So the way that you did it, where you just would not put up with any bull crap like that up front, that's actually better, Duncan, because if you're like me and you're too loosey-goosey with your boundaries, then people break your stuff and then you're just like, and then they think that they can, that you're a pushover and they can just do whatever they want. So your way is actually the better way to just upfront say, hey, dude, you broke my stuff. You're doing stuff I don't like. Please stop that. Versus versus sometimes I'll kind of like let people just kind of like, oh, just to try and keep the peace, maybe I'll let it slide, So I'm getting better about that though, because strong boundaries are important. Oh, thanks. I really did. I'm amazed you held it in that long. I did hold it in. That's the thing is like, that was my original plan is they were going to get it all done in one day. So they were doing all that bull crap. And that's exactly what I was doing as I was just holding it in. And I was like, okay. They'll be gone later this evening. I'll never have to see them again. I'll just hang in there. But then that didn't end up happening because shenanigans, my upstairs neighbor wasn't here, even though he knew they were going to be here and that they would need to get into his apartment to do they needed to be in both of our apartments to do the repair. So I was just like, so that's what I was doing is I was holding it in. And I was just like, I'll just hold it in. Everything will be done by the end of the day and it'll be fine. But then when it didn't happen, I was like, okay. And so when they came back the second time, that was the moment where I was like, you know what? I don't want a repeat of last time. Let's try to make it better this time. But if I would have followed your advice, first of all, and been a little more boundaried up front, then I wouldn't have had all that backlash the second time when I suddenly tried to create boundaries that were not there before. And that caused them to lash out at me. And it was a very unpleasant experience. So it would have been better if I would have been more like you up front. Let's see. Unacceptable people who can endorse setbacks and antisocial behavior are the best people. Yeah, that's true. To be able to roll with the punches. In the long run, I need a bodyguard or a friend to protect me in case of something bad happens. You know, I wouldn't say no to a little extra protection there, Duncan. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm pretty good at like taking care of myself. I have gotten in quite, because of my whole like lack of appropriate boundaries situation, I have admittedly got myself in many dangerous situations. I always get out of it though. I always find my way out. Including just random people. I almost got kidnapped at the freaking bus stop one time. Some dudes just came, just pulled up and tried to, the one dude was like, oh, you're so beautiful, it should be a crime. My friend really wants to see me, because I was just waiting for the bus. My friend really wants to see you. If you need help, we'll help you get where you're going, we promise. You're so beautiful, it should be a crime. And he kept repeating that phrase, and that phrase was giving me red flags, and just the sketchiness of this scenario in general, like the tinted windows on that car. And so I said no. I was like, no, I'll just wait for the bus. Thanks, though. It'll be here any minute. I knew it was probably still going to be several minutes before the bus came, but I didn't want them to know that. So they left, but turns out they were just driving around the block because they pulled up on the other side of the road this time. And the dude hops out again, and I'm like, oh no. And I was like, there was this moment where I'm like preparing myself. I'm like, man, am I going to have to, luckily, since I work at a concert venue, one of the security guards actually gifted me some confiscated pepper spray. He gifted it to me because he knew that I was always walking around the city by myself and waiting at bus stops and stuff. So there was this moment where I was like reaching for my pepper spray and just being like, oh my gosh, is this a person going to try to abduct me? Is he just going to physically grab me this time? But he approaches me, and I think he could tell that I was sketched out. So he's just like, come on, we'll help you. We'll get you home. You're so beautiful. It should be a crime. My friend really wants to meet you. Come on. And I just was like, bad vibes from that scenario. And I was just like, no, the bus will really, I'm fine. The bus will be here. Thank you. Thank you, though. Yeah. So it's like, it's weird because it's like that's not the only time I found myself in a scenario like that. A dude followed me off the bus one time and tried to follow me home. And then he what's the word I'm looking for? He did actually assault me in the sense that he touched me and picked me up and was doing things to me that I didn't want to do. I should have gone to the police, but I didn't because I just blamed myself for the scenario because I was like, well, it's my own fault for letting him follow me. I don't know. It's something that I'm working on. Jesus. Oh, well, thank you. I would appreciate. I know if you were here, you'd be a good help, I think. Yeah, Capricorns always find a way out of the situation. Yeah, like pepper spray. I've never had to use my pepper spray. This is it, actually. I've never had to use it. I know that it's kind of like weird looking. It's like pink, but so this was the confiscated pepper spray. Security guards at the concert venue that I work for. Not at the moment because of the pandemic, but yeah, this is what he gifted me. It looks a little awkward, but some pepper spray for just in case I need that, you know. Although I kind of like that idea about a taser. I know that my sister has one of those little punchums. You know what I'm talking about? Little where it's like it looks like a keychain, but if you hold it in your hand, then it makes your fist into spikes. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, my sister has a keychain like that where if you grab it and you put it in between, your sister has a gun. She actually has a permit and she has a gun. I don't know that I would be a gun owner. Not that I have anything. I don't have anything want to own guns. It's a lot safer having a gun. I just don't think I'm a gun person. I could be a pepper spray person or maybe a taser person, though. Oh, oh, Duncan, being sweet right now. Oh, a husband that serves as a guardian to the wife. Oh, that's very sweet, actually. Yeah. Oh, brass knuckles. Yeah, brass knuckles. You know the term. Yeah, my sister did brass knuckles. That's very sweet, though, Duncan. I do like the idea of a romantic idea such as that. Yeah, brass knuckles. I guess that the reason why I didn't, because I thought brass knuckles was just like I guess brass knuckles can have spikes on them too, huh? But yes, I wouldn't mind being a lady with protective influences around her. Uh, that that's something that I could deal with, or that I could enjoy, not deal with. But yeah. Yeah, I've walked because I went a while without having a car in this city, and I used to just walk back and forth, just like, a couple miles, a few miles every day, just back and forth to work. And a lot of the time I'd walk home at nighttime just by myself after work, or I'd take the bus. In the summer, it's actually really nice to go walking the streets of this city. And we've got like a big old temple cathedral square area downtown that's really pretty. And I've had some really nice moments there. There's a few other cathedrals and stuff that are on my way back to my apartment. So so the thing is like, as much as it seems dangerous to do such a thing, if you're like walking down the middle of this city, though, where it's populated and there's bars and there's like little shops and stuff, it's actually quite a nice walk, and you're probably not going to get in too much trouble there. It's always just in certain secluded areas of town that you got to watch out for, or self-defense. Not a gun person myself. Not a gun person either. Yeah, it is good to have a gun in the home, I think. If you like own a home, especially if you're somewhere like vulnerable, like, I don't know, maybe if I had like a home and something like that, then maybe it would be a good idea to have a gun in a safe somewhere for just in case. I think that that's wise, and that's basically what my sister does. Like, she lives in Florida, so I think they're a little more like chill with their guns there, because I believe she has like a conceal carry permit, I think. Maybe she doesn't, but I know that she had at least considered carrying it around with her for a while, but now I think she does what you said, where she just keeps it at home just in case somebody wants to come infiltrate the area, bug her and her dogs. Oh, I'm sorry. The romance thing. Well, I suppose I wasn't being very specific about the romance thing. I'm not very good at flirty situations, to be fair, Duncan. I don't really know how to respond to that. So I was leaving it very vague so as not to create any confusions or embarrassing situations, as I am feeling a little embarrassed. So yeah, but hey, Duncan, you've been, we keep chatting. We could be friends, at least to begin, right? Friendship is always a good place to begin, I think. um, but yes. Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, good. Sorry. I thought I saw something kind of silly, but okay, it's fine. So, let me think what else. I had a couple other updates. So my kitchen's good to go now. Like I said, oh yeah, I kind of didn't finish my thought from before, but I have my first video of a whole series. I edited it, I put it together, and so I've got my first episode. It's about 30 minutes just because the entry that I ended up reading ended up being pretty long, but I don't think every episode is going to be that long. That one was just a particularly it was the longest entry of the whole journal. I didn't realize that until I started diving in there. But I think it's a good read and I think it's pretty fun. So if you guys have an interest in like learning about, if you or anybody that ends up watching this has an interest in the mind of a 13-year-old girl from the early 2000s in chat rooms and on forums and what that experience was like, you can go check that video out. Sailor Moon, it's so shiny. I have my balcony windows open so that the light's shining in really nice right now. So I'm gonna I was thinking of maybe filming another episode today, so I might do that once I hop off the stream. I actually haven't eaten yet today. I had some veggie juice and some coffee, and then I went for a little run around the cemetery that's a bit up the street, and then I was working on some art projects. I got some I edited some more ink things for my Instagram, and then I did a little cleaning, and then I hopped on here, and that's where we're at. We're caught up. So I don't know when I'm going to go, but I'll let you know when my tummy is too hungry, because I am starting to feel a bit hungry and I might be growling. But let's see what we were saying. Oh, I have a seductive tone for an angel. Oh. Well, I think that's probably true, actually. I think that my tone is, I think that I can kind of come off as flirty when I'm being friendly. Yeah, I think that is one of my life challenges where I'm just so like, this is just the way that I talk. And I think that people sometimes think that my tone sounds a bit flirty because I don't know, probably that tone right there where it's like, oh, a bit flirty maybe. And it's like, maybe my flirty and my friendly and myself are just all mixed into one. Aw. Treat you as friend and sister, but secretly waifu. Okay, that's hilarious, actually. Okay, we'll start with that dynamic. I can deal with that. But yeah, I just knew that I wanted to go live today, and I thought I was trying to decide because the last time I went live, I actually filmed my video and then I went live. So today I was like, I kind of on the fence because like I've got kind of a zit on my chin that I'm trying to like fix. So I was like, maybe I won't film my actual part 2 video today and until that date calms down. But what I'm going to do I might film this video today or else I'll do it tomorrow. It just kind of depends. But I've got some new editing software because I think in the past I had said, like I have all of these partially formed videos. And the thing about that is that I thought that my computer just couldn't handle it. I thought my computer didn't have the specs to handle video editing, and I also thought that maybe I just didn't like video editing. But it turns out the real problem was just the software I was using, because I was just using some free, really basic stuff. And in my mind, I was like, well, if my computer can't even handle the free basic stuff, throw a few clips in there and it starts freaking out and freezing. So I just thought, well, if my computer can't handle a few clips, how can it possibly handle better software? But I was totally wrong, dude. I got some better editing software, and now my computer doesn't freeze up, and it can handle more than one clip. So now I can actually start posting like edited videos. The last one I did, I even created a little animated intro and outro, so that I was very pleased about. So get ready for that little series. I don't know if anybody else will like it, but I'm very excited to do it. And so I think I'm going to do that series. You added a couple comments. Let me read those. Let's see. I like the beer dragon. Do those assholes break? They didn't break my dragon mug. No, thank goodness. They just got black paint on my refrigerator and broke my grandma's necklace and my ceiling. But yeah, so it wasn't. Luckily, it's not mine. I thought I had my dragon mug over there, but it's actually in the kitchen right now. What mug I have over here instead, though, got this cute little Studio Ghibli mug with all these Miyazaki films. Like there's Kiki. We got Kiki and No Face. We got Totoro and Chihiro and the little sprites. We got Hal and Sophie and Ponyo, and we just got everybody on there. So I really like that mug. This was a gift, a Christmas or birthday gift. My Christmas and my birthday are like right next to each other, so it's hard for me to differentiate which holiday I got the present on, but I got this from a very dear close friend of mine. So somebody that I very much care about a lot gave me that mug. So this is what I've been using to sip my coffee today. It's what I've been using to sip my tea. Another thing that I can show you. Can I see it? Oh. Yeah. Ooh. All right. It was in my sink, so it's a little wet, but that's what it looks like. That's my guy. That's my dragon. I like the expression on his face because it's kind of I kind of can't tell because he looks I think he looks happy. I can't tell if he's happy or angry sometimes, but maybe he's a little bit of both. But yeah, he seems happy to me anyway. So that's that mug. Yes, don't worry. I won't let it fall into the wrong hands. I only let people that I care about and that I know won't break it hold this mug. Yes. If anybody ever comes over to my house, which is pretty much almost never, especially now that it's pandemic time. Although I guess it's like the pandemic is kind of done. We're in this weird zone where it's like everyone's just kind of over it, and it seems like it is, but it's still kind of not. I don't know what it's like in your place, where you are, Duncan. But here in America, things are very muddy and not very clear right now. And yeah, not sure what to think about that. Yeah, gonna end the stream. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here in a second. I want to show you one thing, and then I think I'm gonna go make some lunch, dinner, I guess, since I haven't eaten yet today. And maybe I'll film. Maybe I will film the next. Maybe I'll film part 2 since the sun is up, and I might film part 2. But yeah, so I'll do that in a minute. I do want to show you before I go. I'm glad that our timing coincided this time. But yeah, I did want to show you my bullet journal, my little February. So bullet journal tracker. This is the little cover page. Yeah. See that? It's like the candy chalk cards, but there's my, you get hearts, UFO, pancakes, because I just decided that I was just going to write weird stuff for my chalk hearts. Like, here's the weekend. Yeah. But yeah, so I've just got this cute little so that was the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, is just the kind of bullet journal spread. I got the pastels. I got the highlighter pastels going for my February. I was afraid that it was going to be a little too bright, but I think it's going to be good. I actually like the brightness, I decided. Yeah, a diary thing. It's, yeah, exactly, to summarize your history. I think I told you in the past, you think pastels make a life? Thank you. I definitely feel that pastels are part of my, yeah, I think they're a color that suits me as a person, I think. But yeah, bullet journaling, I know that the name is really weird, but yeah, that's basically what it is, where it's just like a daily tracker / goal planner. I started doing this 2 years ago, and I just noticed it made a huge difference in my life and achieving the goals that I'm looking to achieve, because you just you keep track of everything. And I have another secondary little tracker that I do. So yeah, I actually have 2 trackers. So bullet journals where I put most of my tasks. I have this little Get Fit tracker, and this is just, I think I'm going to put this tracker in my bullet journal once I run out of pages. But basically it's a daily habit tracker for exercise and health stuff, and just and projects. So yeah, if you like journaling and you find yourself being a little scatterbrained like me, then I totally do suggest the bullet journal system. Or, I mean, you don't even have to. I just like it because it gives me a place to have some creative outlet, and it has, so, it's just a little place where you can it takes my goals and makes them artful. So I like it because when I frame my goals in this way, it makes me want to do them, because I'm like, ew, I got to fill in those check boxes, and I got to make, add all the colors and make it all pretty. So it's very motivating for me to follow my dreams. So I totally if you Google bullet journal, you'll find so many awesome artists and just people. And it doesn't have to be artsy like this. A bullet journal is just a place where you put your daily goals and tasks, and it's really whatever you want it to be. Is the thing. It's really whatever you want it to be, which is why I like it so much. It's flexible to fit into your life. Let's see. Corresponds with my personality. Thanks. For a long time, I kind of hadn't quite figured out my personality or who I am. But I think at this point, I'm starting to, the pieces of myself are starting to come together. So I'm getting there. I'm turning into a real person. You know that like Pinocchio where he wants to turn into a real boy? That's what I think I'm doing. I'm trying to turn into a real boy or a real girl, a real person, a real fully fledged person. I know bullet. That's why I know that it's called bullet journal as in like bullet points, because I know if you like the guy who made the system, Ryder Carroll, I believe is his name. Basically, it's like bullet points. It's like bullet point the way he does it, because he doesn't do it all artsy fartsy. He just does it with black ink, and it's basically bullet points, and then you just like shift the bullet points around as you need, basically. So that is why it's called a bullet journal, I believe, is because it's like bullet points. But it is really awkward when you say it, because like sometimes I talk to people and I'm like, oh yeah, I got my bullet journal, and then they're kind of like, a what? A bullet journal? Is that like your hit list or something? Is that your death note? No, it's just actually a cute, it's just a cute little planner. It's just a cute little planner. That's what it is. It's just a cute planner. It is a planner. It's a planner. That's all it is, I promise. Yeah, it's true. My nose isn't growing. So that's how we know I'm being truthful and I'm turning to a real person at this point. I almost, for my birthday, I almost went and saw this, saw a movie, and they actually had a version of Pinocchio that's like, it's kind of a new live action version. And it was like a foreign film too, which it did kind of interest me. I think it was like Italian, I want to say, some sort of European film, a version of Pinocchio. So anyways, I didn't actually end up seeing that, but that just popped in my mind. If you like Pinocchio, there's a new live action version of Pinocchio that I think I might check out sometimes. I don't know if you ever watch like that kind of thing, but I don't know. I think it's fun to see stuff like that, and like foreign films are always fun, because I feel like I know that you're not in America, but I know that for me, like I feel like sometimes the media in America is, you get so mired in this like USA centrism, and so I think it's just good to enjoy other art forms from other places sometimes, just so we don't get caught in the USA echo chamber too bad. Don't get me wrong, I love America, but we got our flaws. Clearly, the beginning of the ending of 2020 and beginning of 21 definitely put that on display, that we got some stuff to figure out here in America. And Dragon Ball Z, let's see. Oh yes, planner. You had me laugh when you holding your hands like you were surrendering or something. I'm very talkative with my hands. I've just always been, I guess I consider it part of my expression. I feel like when I talk with my hands, I'm imparting extra information. A part of me wonders if I've considered like learning American Sign Language for that reason, to be honest, just because I'm always talking with my hands. So there's this part of me that's like, hey, maybe I should learn sign language, and then I could that would maybe be fun. I don't know. I know the alphabet, right? I relearned the alphabet last year. I don't know if I remember it though. A, B, C, D, E. Uh-oh, which one was F? F was one of those weird ones. It's like one of these, F, G, or maybe it's F, G, H, or maybe you're supposed to do it that way. H, I, J, K, L, O. I think never mind. This is M and this is N. So whatever, I don't know what J and K were. No, not J and K. But yeah, the ones that I did before are actually M and N, O, P. I want to say P's like that. Or maybe that one's Q. Maybe P's like that. No. Okay, clearly I don't remember the whole alphabet, but I remember most of it. Q, R. No, wait. or maybe this, I know that one of the ones doesn't, seems like, I think it's, I can't remember, but yeah, QRS. I think S is like this. TU. Is that? I feel like that's you. VW. No, X. This is X. Okay, this is X. That's the one I was thinking. This is X, not R. R is that actually. Okay, clearly I keep doing this and this, so I don't know all of the letters, but QRSTUW X Y and Z. There we go. So I've probably gone about 70% of the alphabet just then, of the ASL alphabet. So I could stand a refresher course. Was I happy that Biden won over Trump? Yes, I would say so. Just because I wouldn't say I like Biden. I'm more of a Bernie person myself, or I'm just anti-two-party system is what I am. But I do personally believe that Trump was getting a little too, he was getting a little too kingly, if I might say. He was getting a little too Putin-y, if I could be so bold as to say, where he just seemed to think that he could just like become king of America, and then his family could just reign over America for the next however long. That seemed to be his plan. So yeah, I'm glad that he didn't win, especially since I do have kind of mixed feelings, where there was something kind of exciting about, citizens taking on their government, but it was for the wrong cause, in my opinion. I do feel like our reform, but Trump is not the man to do it, in my opinion, at least. I mean, some people would disagree with that. Childhood making more. Yeah, maybe I don't know who the other two. See, that's the thing, is like when you're the only one talking, then it could be anybody of the conversation. Who knows? Maybe I do have spies watching me. Maybe I've piqued the interest of some FBI or Illuminati forces. Probably not, though. Probably just some random dude. Maybe like giving himself a happy ending, if you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I wonder. He did not do anything to change the country. Can't stand him. If Michael Jackson were alive, I would have elected him. Aw. I actually like Michael Jackson too. I agree that he does have that sort of purity to him. See, that is more the kind of candidate I would be about as well. Okay, good. I'm glad I wasn't offending you with my my lack of support for Trump. I just, as an American, like, there are things that I could appreciate about Trump, but he did a lot of not so good things recently. So yeah, I think and like I'm not a Biden fan either. I would much rather have an artistic or like heartfelt figure like a Michael Jackson or somebody like that as our leader. Like, I feel like that's something that America has really lost, is it's kind of lost that purity of its spirit. We've become overtaken by corporate overlords. That's what I believe. We've been taken over by the corporate overlords of capitalism, and the real true heart of humanity has been lost. And I feel like Democrats or Republicans, at this point, whoever's in charge is missing that heart. That's what I personally believe. Okay, looks like the connection went for a second. So I think that's my sign that I'll go in a second, but yeah, I feel that America has just lost its way. I think it's lost its heart. And I think that the only way out of that is out of the two-party system. Because right now we're all confused by, like I said, our corporate overlords are just really taking us for our money, you know. So until we switch from money-centered government to human-centered government, I just think it's always going to be a painful situation. But I think that this whole like pandemic and like the past few years, you know, so I feel like there's the human spirit is fighting, you know. I feel like the collective human spirit sees fallen us that has befallen our tribes, and I feel that power of internet through the power of just connecting with one another via social media and other ways, you know. There's so much information out there that I feel like all the nasties in power that used to be able to hide kind of can't anymore. So I think that we're on our way to some good changes, or at least I hope so. Yeah, exactly right. Who knows what the other viewers are doing? It's okay though, as long as they're watching. I guess I don't care, do I? My streams are for enjoyment purposes. The only respect I have for Trump stems from the fact that he spoke highly of Michael Jackson and the fake media that he disdained. Just those two. Yeah, I feel like here that's actually a very interesting point you bring up, Duncan, where I agree that Trump did shine a light on the fact that the media is kind of bull crap, that there is a lot of fakeness going on in the news, but he didn't fix that problem though. Perhaps he pointed it out to a wider audience, but in my opinion, at least, he took that narrative and ran with it in a way that served his selfish needs rather than the needs of the people. And he framed that his actions up in this narrative with this pretty bow as if he's savior of the people when he is clearly not. But certain people, particularly QAnoners, have fallen for his clearly, from my opinion, I think it's very plain to see that Trump doesn't really care about anybody but Trump. But he's a good enough salesman and marketer and corporate gangster that he was able to convince a large enough part of the population that he's like Daddy Trump, you know, that he's here to save you. Just follow me and let me be your ruler and my family be your ruler for the next however long. So yeah, I agree. And like, that's the thing, is like, I feel like Trump was necessary for America, but he kind of, we gave him a little too much power there. At the end, he kind of started to get away with it in a rather, I hate to use this word, but it is true. It is accurate. He tried to go a little fascist on America. He really did. He really, really did. So, anyways, so yeah, like, I agree with you that because I'm always one that tries to find the truth in the situation. I know, because things are rarely black and white, you know. It's rarely like all bad, you know, or all good. The truth is generally more nuanced, and I do believe that. So I don't know. I feel that even though I feel that I come from a very peaceful position, and I try to be very open I try to be very open, and I do try to like give people the benefit of the doubt and listen. But I feel like I've upset some people. It's weird. It's like, I don't know why being peaceful right now is so controversial, but I guess it's just because of that ideological psyops going on, would be my guess. Not to sound conspiratorial, but that is literally, it's not even a conspiracy. It's literally what has happened. It is literally what happened. Is memes became a form of psyops, and we're living the results of that. That is the truth. Anyways, but I don't actually know what the actual truth is. I just know there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now. That's the only truth I'm sure of, is that nothing is certain. And I hope that the truth, the real heart of the truth, comes to light sooner rather than later. New visitors, sis. Despite not being a godlike complex of a Leo. Oh, Mert. Hi, Mert. I didn't see your message right there. I'm so used to just like, hello from Turkey. I'm glad to have another viewer from across the world. That's fun. A two-faced Gemini. That sounds about right. I don't know if America will be, I don't think America will be made great again until we kind of get past the two-party system. In fact, I feel like that's kind of the struggle of the world. I know that not everywhere has two-party systems, but that seems to be the ideological trap we get stuck in a lot. Oh, he's gone. Oh, okay. He was the fourth viewer. Sorry, Mert. I didn't see you. I was yammering about Trump and I missed you, but hey, maybe if you catch this in replay, maybe. Sorry, dude. But anyways, Leo, my moon sign is actually Leo. So my sun sign is Capricorn and my moon sign is Leo. So yeah. Is my stomach still growling? I am a bit hungry. That is true. So, and it's probably getting a bit late for you, huh, Duncan? And we have been going for a good couple hours. Well, not a couple of hours, but an hour and almost 20 minutes. So maybe what we'll do, good chatting with you. And I am sorry that I missed Mert. Sorry, Mert. I apologize. I wasn't paying attention. It's like the screen is just so small. The chat is just so small. Yeah. We'll wrap it up for next time. So like I said, one more preview. Wait for episode 2. I've got episode 1 of my early 2000s diary series up now. It's pretty fun. So if you want to like laugh at a cringy version of younger me, do go check that out. And I'm going to get the second episode up sometime this week. I might record right now after I hop off and get some food, or I might record tomorrow. It just kind of depends on what I got going on. But yeah, look forward to that. And I'll make sure to go live again sometime next week as well, because I want to make sure that I'm at least getting on it at least once a week is my goal, at least. So yeah, I'll try to do it a little bit earlier, like last time, like I said last time. And you sleep well, and thank you, other mysterious viewer. Perhaps we'll see you next time, and perhaps you'll want to, or mysterious viewers. And yeah, if you ever want to chat, go on in. Bye, Duncan. We'll see you next time, okay? Now, you hang in there. Don't get too crazy, okay? Bye. Oh, if it wants to work. Maybe my button doesn't want to work. It doesn't want me to end the stream. Oh, okay. I guess it's ending now. Maybe. Did it end?